triangle defense he does, which Matt was saying is brutal. And so I was watching it, and I thought it was interesting, just in like what we've been talking about. When we did some triangle defense the other day, this is like a last ditch attempt. He's not recommending you go for this to begin with. In fact, just get yourself warm with some backward shoulder rolls. When this is actually going to come into the technique. So when you're doing your backward shoulder roll, and obviously if your back's up, you don't just do whatever you feel you can. But when you're doing the backward shoulder roll, your arms, like if I'm going this way, if I'm going to be going this way to a backward shoulder roll, I actually want to put my hand to the mat there, and I'm opening my head up, and I'm going in as I'm bringing my knees up. So your hand touches the ground, and it's kind of, that's the best way to do it. It's kind of mechanically correct in terms of everything that's going on and everything you're trying to get your body to do. And we'll come on to this on the triangle. This is something Henry talks about, but you can actually see it's kind of in the thing that Henry shows with Bernardo. So you have to go all the way to begin with, you have to just warm yourself into it. So the hand's going into the open space, and it opens the shoulder off. So that the other arm's going below. So when I'm doing it, this arm has to go below. And you're using the momentum of your hands to do it as well. So you come through to a hand. So you've got close. Go slow, move your head out of the way. So whichever way your hands go, it's almost like you're trying to take your head away, and then you're crunching. So it's kind of a funny movement. Your hands are always going to come away from your mat, and then as you bring your knees up, it's going to reconnect it. It's going to reconnect it for you. Go as slow as you can. It doesn't matter if you don't get all the way through all the roll to begin with. It's just getting the movement. Yeah. See how your body's coming off a bit to the side, and what you really want to do is put your knee to where your hand is going. Yeah. Right. Try to open up that shoulder plane. Your other hand is up in the air. And it's almost like I'm putting my hand, this hand's going here and this hand's going down, my head is coming out. See how I'm going over the top of my shoulder? Trying to do is move your head out. Yeah, so you move your head out. Your hand won't reach the ground yet. And now I bring the knees up. and I'm going up, because my head's out of the way, I'm going over the top of my shoulder. What's happening for you at the moment, you're going off to the side, you're sort of getting to the tip of the shoulder because your head's in the way. You get to the shoulder, you're doing this. Yeah? So you're just trying to get that head out of the way. So take your time moving your head out of the way. Get your head right out of the way. So by getting your head out of the way, tilt your head. So it's like this. It's almost like this side shortens. It's like almost like I'm trying to touch my elbow to my hip bone. Now my hand comes up. I bring my knees up. I'm just going over. Yeah, that's your line. That's your line. And then you're throwing the legs. So you're getting into a ball basically. Yeah. Good time. How do you reach it? Yeah. Backward. Yeah. So just go down that way if you can. So what Henry was showing, I'm going to do my best to do this. When you're doing this, be conscious that your partner might want to just tap at any point. And if you feel any pain at all in it, you just tap, because it's just not worth the injury, right, either way. And equally, if you're in the triangle doing this, you might find yourself feeling like you're going out and you need to tap, right? We're quite deep in on this. So what he basically shows is this. Triangles on. Alright, Joe, just take it off a bit so you're not putting it out. But basically the triangle's on and we've got a second or two, we know we're going to go out, right? So I'm not recommending this like we did the other week. We were doing all this idea and, you know, can I get to this position? Can I keep my shoulder and, you know, can I connect with my shoulder and ear as it was happening? And then if the arm gets pulled across, you know, we can start breaking, you know, having this collapse position that Casey was showing. So here I'm kind of deep in, right? So the triangle's on and we know we're going to be going out. So what Henry was showing was he comes up high and he puts his hand to the mat. And what he's basically doing on this escape, and it's pretty gnarly, is I'm making Joe I think the best way to explain this is I'm making him shoulder roll, but because my hand is in that position, he can't roll. So I think this is like, I think that's the best explanation I can give of what it's not what he says at all, but I think that's what he's basically doing, right? So he's not like, when he's stacking, he's sort of saying like, what he's not doing this. This is not what he's doing. You're just gonna get finished there. If the arm's on the other side, and I start doing anything like that, he's gonna arm lock me anyway, right? So the arm, it's like it's in, and we're going here, and he comes up on his feet, and it's almost so it's like I want to keep my head over the top here, and I'm just doing this to him to open it. Yeah, so that's what I believe he's kind of doing. Hand goes to the ground. So I'm making Joe shoulder roll, but I'm not actually allowing him to do so, because as long as he holds the triangle, he can't shoulder roll. So we're making it like we're putting him in a shoulder roll and then stopping him from shoulder rolling. That I think is basically what's going on. I'll share the video in the group. I mean, you can find it on YouTube. It's just Henry Akins triangle escape. You'll find it. So one more time on this. So he says he's like hopping up into a squat. You can't stay there. So he's putting all this. He's getting straight up. He's getting right up, and he's like this. And then it's basically his feet seem to be off to the side, and he's here, and his head is right over. He doesn't want to be off to the side. His head is like right over the top of Joe. Hmm?
When you move your head, that a big difference.
What, to here?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the head's going right over there, and it's just like I'm just basically putting all the weight, and if I can keep making him go higher and higher and higher to put more and more pressure on him.
What did that feel like?
Just added more to that.
That was super.
Yeah. That constricts your diaphragm a little bit. You've got like
Yeah.
breathe down there very well.
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure. And what I think is interesting about it is like I've conceded this side, like I've completely conceded one side of the plane, and so we start to get into situations where he like my escapes are almost always going to be over my own. Anytime where I've conceded this space, if I'm on the bottom, I've conceded this space. I've either got to get out using the direction of this thumb, right here or here. Or I've got shoulder ball. And I'm on top, so I'm making him shoulder ball. So what my point is the minute you can see these, this is just on a wider conceptual base, the minute you can see these lines, the escapes have a tendency to go over the top of this. On top, so the escape is going over the top of his shoulder line, because I've already lost this. This is gone. He's got this entire side switched off. Yeah, so let's give it a go, grab the body.